My name is Dean Hamilton, and this is my accountability project report for B321 Section 2, Winter Semester 2016. I'm going to report to you today who I am becoming. The person I want to become really can be summed up in one word: self-reliant. I want to be self-reliant spiritually, physically, and financially. Spiritually means putting God first. Physically means getting in great shape, and financially means becoming financially independent. This is going to take a lot of work, as I have a long way to go in just about every one of these areas. But as Spencer W. Kimball put it, to become self-reliant, a person must work. Work is physical, mental, or spiritual effort. It is a basic source of happiness, self-worth, and prosperity. As people become self-reliant, they are better prepared to endure adversities and are better able to care for others. And that was what I was hoping to accomplish with this project. And that brings me to the purpose of this project, which was for me to take steps towards becoming my best self. There are a lot of things that I want to improve in my life, but right now, I don't have a lot of time. I'm heavily overloaded with work, school, family, civic responsibilities, and a host of other things. And I've learned from past experience that if I try to change too much, too fast, none of it will get done, and I'll end up paying a price physically, mentally, and emotionally. Since the assignment stated I could add goals, but couldn't subtract any, I decided for this accountability project I was only going to set one goal for one of these three areas. In my case, the one goal worked out perfectly. The goal I chose was in the physical realm. This goal was sufficient for me to meet the 2 to 2.5 hours per week requirement. It was also the biggest area that I felt I needed improvement in. And I thought that if I could get my health under control, it would have the greatest short-run impact, meaning the quickest results. Spiritually, it's hard to see results quickly, sometimes not, but they're a little less tangible. And then financially, that takes a little bit more time, and honestly, I'm too exhausted right now to try to do anything there. So if I can get my physical health in check, then I can work on those other things. And really, physical health underlies all other changes that I want to make. If I can get myself healthy physically, then I can focus on those other areas. Those other areas will improve faster, and the result will be well worth the effort. So what was my goal? My goal, the goal that I set, was to exercise for a minimum of 30 minutes a day. This is a real stretch for me because of my work, because of the amount of hours that I am not at home, not in a place where I can exercise each day. I found myself exercising usually late at night when I should be sleeping, so I went without sleep to accomplish this goal. But that was my goal, and I decided that I was either going to walk. The goal that I set was to walk for 30 minutes every other day, alternating with resistance training for 30 minutes every other day. So what did that look like? This is the tracking spreadsheet that I set up for myself. Here you can see the dates. I've got the first 2 weeks of March here, basically. And I've got the question, did I walk for at least 30 minutes today? And the answer is yes. For most of those days, you see a couple of days there where I was excused due to illness. Did I complete 30 minutes of resistance training today? Actually, no, and I'll get to this at the end, but I was injured at the beginning of the semester, unable to complete resistance training, and so I spent most of my time walking. And but this is my tracking sheet. You can see there that I track the weekly goals as to whether or not I hit each week and every day of the week, and then I did the same for monthly. So you saw on there that there were a few no days, right? I had a few no's during the project, meaning there were a few days where I wasn't able to answer yes to the question of whether I walked for 30 minutes or did resistance training for 30 minutes. However, these days were always excused. Per my accountability agreement, you can see, or you saw on the last page, that there were a couple of days where I was excused for illness. I was also excused for injury. You saw how I wasn't doing any resistance training, but I had replaced that with the walking to keep active and to keep with my goal, even though I was injured. And then for about 10 days, we went on vacation. And while I did complete my goal most of those days, I gave myself 10 days off because I was on vacation. We were out walking, playing on the beach, doing all kinds of fun stuff. But it wasn't to be accounted for. So what did I accomplish? First off, I've lost 10 pounds over the last 3 months. And the only thing I did was really change up my diet and walk. I walked for a minimum of 30 minutes every day, or almost every day, with the exception of those exclusions we talked about. So that is an accomplishment. I was hoping to do more. I had expected recovery from my injury a lot sooner. And even now, I'm still not fully recovered. I'm still not able to engage in the resistance training. But I thought I would be able to do more resistance training and I'd be down even more, but I'm not. But we're still gonna work at it. So did I become more than what I was? Yes. But we had some setbacks. What about the future? What will I do differently in the future? And really, just moving forward, staying with the plan is my plan moving forward. I expect to work with my doctor on a plan for getting past my injury and combining both diet and exercise to continue becoming self-reliant in the physical realm. Once I've hit the marks I want there, I'll turn my attention to financial self-reliance and spiritual self-reliance, not necessarily in that order. But on a scale of 1 to 10, was I a perfect 10? No. My performance wasn't a perfect 10 because there were some days where I barely met my goal and I could have done better. But each day my effort was a 10. So I'm giving myself on a scale of 1 to 10 how I performed in the goal, in the project as a 10 for effort. Because I did meet my goal, even though I didn't always give it my best effort every day. And what things did I learn? What insights did I have? What did I learn about accountability? A couple of important things I learned about accountability include, honestly, that it's hard. It's hard to be accountable. It's hard to have someone hold your feet to the flames. But then it's also empowering. Once it becomes a habit to account, it creates power towards your goals. And I found that to be true as I move forward. My accountability partners were awesome. It was really helpful to have somebody that I could account to. And then third is that it is the key to personal integrity and the foundation to trust in any relationship. And that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. If you would like to keep up to date or follow my progress for the rest of the year, because I am pursuing these goals through the rest of the year, you can click here and see my full spreadsheet, my full tracker, and follow along. If you want to be an accountability partner for me or want me to be an accountability partner for you, even though the class is over, I'd be happy to do that. Just shoot me an email. Thanks.